Because if it's white men, it's wrong. If it's white women, it's wrong. Black men, black women, any race, any gender, this is just wrong. So at the time of recording this, it's the 16th of August, the evening of the 16th of August, and I was thinking, what topic am I going to talk about? I didn't really know. And then a headline came up on my phone, Sky News notification, and this topic had to be discussed. So as you can see from this headline, it's RAF, quote, pauses job offers for white men, end quote, to meet, quote, impossible, end quote, diversity targets. That clearly gets your attention. So this article talks about how white men are not being recruited into the RAF at the moment. There's been an effective pause in order to meet diversity targets. This has been leaked by sources, unnamed sources in this report, and it's causing a bit of stir online, I can see. So these sources are claiming that Sir Michael Wigston, who is the head of the RAF, is currently stopping white men from being employed due to these diversity and inclusion targets. It says that an RAF spokesman's disputed the allegation. It says there's no new policy approach. You know, they're not going to shy away from the challenges of the world. Building up Britain's RAF force, essentially denying it without referring to the racial aspect, from what I can see here, of this ongoing dispute, internal dispute in the RAF. I say there's an internal dispute because, as you can see here, a senior female officer who's the head of recruitment in the RAF has resigned over this policy approach. Now, in my view, and I must stress if, because this is defence leaks, it's not actually... it'd be a weird thing to leak if it wasn't true, but this isn't officially confirmed. But if this is true, this is very, very, very dangerous. The world's a very uncertain place anyway, but we've got the conflict now with Russia, Ukraine, and who knows what's going to happen in the future. China or anyone else, China, Iran, Russia, who knows what's going to happen in the future. I don't think the RAF, the Navy, the Army, any of these defence organisations are in any position to be turning anyone away based on their gender or race, which is what this report is alluding to. When you think back to the 20th century, you know, all the men in Britain who went and died for their country to fight Germany in 2 world wars, the enthusiasm, they were going to go fight for Britain, you know, come back victory to defend their children. You're not going to get that sort of enthusiasm and mass group of men volunteering to fight nowadays, as you did back then. Even if there was a war outbreaking in the UK now, you wouldn't get the level of volunteers. Just absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance. Now, if you've got 2 equal candidates who want to go into the RAF, one's a white man and one's a white woman, under this approach, the white woman would be picked over the white man, even though there's no difference in ability, you know, physical, intelligence, whatever aspect of RAF recruitment there is, no difference. The woman would be employed. If you've got a white man and an Asian man or a black man, the Asian lad or black lad's going to be picked over the white lad, purely based on their race. So we've got 2 examples there. One's the gender and one's the race example. And the white man loses in both. That's not equality. In a legal sense, organisations can't discriminate based on race, gender, religion, and loads of other protected characteristics. But based on this RAF report, that's not being practised here. So it would seem. Now, this isn't even the first time this year the RAF have got in trouble over a race-based situation. A few months ago, there was this email which went out regarding a movie premiere. So as you can see here, the email said, "Gents, do any of you have a pilot who is preferably not white male who would like to be the RAF face at a press event for the release of Top Gun 2? What? Can you imagine being part of this organisation and getting an email like that? It's just insane. Can you imagine if that said white women, preferably not white women, preferably not black women, preferably not black men? Can you imagine? It's just, every one of those statements is wrong, but they felt the need to put in preferably not white men, not white males. So going back to the topic in hand, if there are issues with filling diversity targets, stopping white men from joining the RAF is not the answer. It is not the answer. Just got to do more to recruit other people from other backgrounds, if that's the case. They've got to meet these targets. They need to do more to encourage people from other backgrounds to join. Can you imagine a young white lad, all his life he wants to join the army, the RAF, and then he reads an article like this? How's that going to make him feel? How would that make that boy feel, that man, that young man? It's awful. I'm annoyed I'm not even in the RAF. It's just a ridiculous stance. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. Obviously, I've just mentioned the moral, ethical argument there, aspect there. Can you imagine if we ever do get into a conflict in the near future? Do you really think anyone, like me, a layman, public, non-combatant, do you really think I'd care the background of the person fighting in our planes in the RAF? No, I would not care less. As long as they're protecting us and fighting for us, what's the issue? What is the issue? I don't care their race, their gender, religion. If they want to fight, let them fight. Yeah, very frustrating headline, very annoying. Not just for white men. I can imagine everyone reading this would be annoyed. Because if it's white men, it's wrong. If it's white women, it's wrong. Black men, black women, any race, any gender, this is just wrong. So yeah, that's my view on this. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Many thanks. Bye.